At the family reunion in front of 50-plus relatives, my dad put his arm around me and introduced me as the mistake we kept. But hey, at least he turned out okay. Everyone laughed uncomfortably. My uncle nearly spit out his beer. My brother laughed the hardest, slapping his knee like it was the funniest thing he'd ever heard. My sister just stared at her phone, pretending she didn't hear it. Even my mom smiled awkwardly and said nothing. I was 26 years old. I'd just driven 8 hours from Chicago to be there. Took 2 days off work, bought a new shirt for the occasion. I thought maybe finally, after all these years of being invisible, I'd get some acknowledgement, some respect. Instead, I got that. I didn't make a scene, didn't yell, didn't cry. I just set down my plate, walked through the crowd of relatives who were still chuckling, got in my car, and drove away. No goodbye, no explanation, just gone. The first thing I did when I got back to my apartment was block every single family member's number. All 50-plus of them. Parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins I'd played with as kids, gone. Then I deleted Facebook, Instagram, every platform where they could find me. Changed my phone number the next morning. 2 weeks later, I quit my job and moved to Portland. I'd never even been to Oregon before, but that was the point. I wanted to go somewhere they'd never think to look. No forwarding address, no trail, just me and a fresh start. For 2 years, I heard absolutely nothing. And honestly, it was the most peaceful 2 years of my life. I got a job at a small tech startup doing data analytics. Nothing glamorous, but it paid the bills. I started going to therapy, made actual friends who didn't know anything about my family or my past. Started dating someone who saw me for who I was, not who I failed to be. I even picked up photography on the side. Weddings, local events, stuff that made me feel like I was building something real. For the first time in my entire life, I felt like I mattered, like I wasn't just taking up space. Then last Tuesday, everything changed. I came home from work around 6 p.m., walked up to my apartment and saw a man in a gray suit sitting on the steps, mid-50s, leather briefcase. He stood up when he saw me. "Are you the one they're looking for?" he asked. I froze. I hadn't been recognized by a stranger in this city, ever. "Who's asking?" I said. He handed me a business card. "Private investigator." My stomach dropped. "Your family hired me to find you," he said calmly, like this was completely normal. "They've been looking for you for 6 months." "Well, you found me," I said. "Now leave." He reached into his briefcase and pulled out a manila folder. "Before you go, there's something you should know. Your father had a stroke 3 months ago. He's been asking for you every single day since." I didn't take the folder, just stared at it. "He's dying, and he wants to apologize." I laughed. Actually laughed. Apologize? For what? Humiliating me in front of everyone I knew? Or for the 26 years before that when I was treated like I didn't exist? The investigator didn't flinch. "I'm just the messenger. But your brother's called your old number 47 times. Your sister sent flowers to your last known address. Your mother even contacted the FBI trying to file a missing persons report." He set the folder on the steps and walked away. I stood there for a long time before I finally opened it. Inside was a single handwritten letter, my dad's handwriting, but shakier than I'd ever seen it. "Son, I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. I know I failed you, but I'm dying, and I need you to know I'm sorry. Please come home, just once. Let me look you in the eyes and tell you I was wrong." Dad, I read it 3 times, then I called my girlfriend. "What do you want to do?" she asked. "I don't know," I said. "Part of me wants to go. Part of me wants to burn this letter. Then do what feels right for you, not them." I thought about it all night. Didn't sleep, just sat on my couch staring at that letter. By morning, I'd made my decision. I booked a flight, flew back to Ohio, rented a car, and drove to the house I grew up in. The same house where I'd been the punchline for 26 years. My mom answered the door. She looked older, tired. When she saw me, she burst into tears and tried to hug me. I stepped back. "Where is he?" I asked. She led me to the living room. My dad was in a hospital bed, hooked up to machines. He looked small, fragile, nothing like the man who'd humiliated me. My brother and sister were there too. They both stood up when I walked in, but I didn't acknowledge them. I walked straight to my dad's bedside. He opened his eyes. Tears started rolling down his face. "You came," he whispered. I pulled up a chair, sat down, and looked him directly in the eyes. "I came because you're dying," I said. "Not because I forgive you." He nodded weakly. "I'm sorry, son. I'm so sorry. I was wrong. You were never a mistake." I let that sit for a moment. Then I leaned in close. "You were right about one thing," I said quietly. "I was a mistake. Your mistake. You just never realized the mistake wasn't me. It was thinking I'd spend my whole life waiting for you to see my worth." I stood up. My dad reached for my hand, but I pulled away. "Goodbye," I said. I walked past my brother, past my sister, past my mom, got in my car and drove straight to the airport. When I landed in Portland, my girlfriend was waiting for me. "How do you feel?" she asked. "Free," I said, and I meant it.